Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about sleep training. We sleep trained our baby girl at 6 months, so this video is going to be about why we decided to sleep train, how she was a sleeper before we sleep trained her, the whole process, what program we did, the first couple nights, and how we managed everything. So if you guys are interested, this is the video for you guys to watch. But also I really want to quickly say that if you are not a fan of sleep training, then you don't have to watch this video. I know that sleep training is not always seen in the best light sometimes, but I'm just letting you know our experience with sleep training in case you guys are thinking about sleep training, are expecting, wanting to know a little bit more about it, just educate yourself about it, get all the tips. This video is for you because I know when I was looking up sleep training, I was looking up all the YouTube videos, all the blog posts, asking everybody that I know, like, what program did you use? Did you do sleep training? What did you do? So this is just going to be another video from a fellow mom to another mom. So if you guys are interested to see how we did this whole sleep training business, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with just like a little background about Miss Mia. So like I said, Mia was 6 months when we sleep trained her. She is currently 7 months and a half, almost 8 months. Crazy how baby is already 8 months, almost 8 months. So before we sleep trained her, she was a pretty good sleeper, like right off the bat. Like for being a newborn, I was completely shocked like how good of a sleeper she was. She was like the first few weeks she would only wake up like twice a night, so only like 2 night wakings, because like she would wake up at 10 but we would still be awake, so I wouldn't really count that as like getting up at night. So she would go like wake up anywhere between like 1 to 2, and then like around 4ish, and then she would be up for the day by like 6 o'clock. And then I want to say once she hit like the 2-month age frame, she only woke up once a night, which I was like, what? It was like crazy. Like she would wake up, like she would go a little bit longer, like 2, 3, and then she wouldn't wake up till 6, which was amazing. And that was like a good chunk of time that she would do that. And then around like she didn't really hit like a 4-month sleep regression. What really made us know that it was time to sleep train is that during like 5 months, I would say, she was waking up a lot during the night, like a lot, like even more so before her newborn age, which I was like, this is crazy. Like you didn't even do this when you were like a newborn. She was doing this at 5 months. Like she would be waking up every 2 hours. Sometimes she would wake up to nurse, sometimes she wouldn't nurse, sometimes like I would nurse her, she would fall asleep. If she woke up just to wake up, she would kind of fall asleep a little bit, but then there was times where she would be up for like 2 straight hours, not want to go to sleep at all. And I knew that wasn't good for her because she needed her sleep, and it wasn't fair to her that I wasn't getting sleep either, because then I couldn't be the best mom that I could be. Like I didn't have the energy, like no amount of coffee was sufficient during those nights. Like I was like a walking zombie when she was like waking up multiple times during the night. So I knew it was time to research sleep training. So when that day came, I was like I said in the intro, I was on YouTube, I was on blog posts, I was on Instagram, I was on my Facebook like mom groups, like researching and looking at like what is the best sleep training program that we could do for our family. The program that I ended up going with was SleepSense because I heard really good things about it. It was highly rated. People in my mom group loved SleepSense. It was just like a good rated program, and it was affordable. And even if you go to her like Instagram page and you click her little link in the bio, you can do like a sleep form where you like just put in all the answers of what your baby is, like how old they are, how their nap schedule is, how their sleep schedule is, and all that stuff. And you have like I think 24 hours where her classes are like, let's say they're $60, you can get it for $40 because you use that link. So that's another tip if you guys want a little bit to save a little money, go to her Instagram. But yes, we decided on SleepSense, and I love SleepSense, you guys. It was such a good program. I know sleep training gets like a lot of bad rap because it's like the crying out method, but SleepSense, I'm telling you, is great because it gives you different types of ways to have them cry it out, in a sense, if you really want to say it like that. Which I like, because I know there's a lot of other sleep training programs where like you just leave the baby, close the door, and you do not enter till the morning. No, 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 that is not how SleepSense works, and that is what I liked about it. So I got, I believe, like the gold package. So I got access to her ebook, I got access to her daily coaching videos, and just like other extra videos that she does, like if she goes like on a conference that she just films, and like you have access to that as well. So what we chose to do, because like I said, there's different methods of you sleep training your baby, we decided to do the stay in the room method for like the first couple nights, and like she walks you through like what you do for that 14 days. So the program for SleepSense is 14 nights, and you have to stick to it, because let's say your baby starts sleeping through the night like at 9-8, you're like, okay, this is great. No, you have to like keep at it, because sometimes your baby's gonna try you and you won't know what to do, and Dana walks you through everything. I like the videos because you can watch it every day and know what to expect at night. Like she'll be like, you know, this could be the hurdle that you will encounter this night, this might happen, what to do. So that's what I liked about it. I know a lot of people like the ebook is great too. I know I think it's like 200 pages or like 165, but you just move to whatever age range your baby is, and then like it talks to you like what to do for that. So that's great. So that is why I liked SleepSense, because we did the staying in the room method. So now I'm gonna go into like the couple nights, like how it went and everything like that. So with sleep training, the biggest thing is that you want to get rid of sleep props. So Mia's sleep prop was nursing to sleep. So every night I would nurse her, she would fall asleep, I would move her asleep to her crib. So every time that she woke up, she was like, oh, last time that I fell asleep, I was being nursed. So to fall asleep, I need to be nursed again. So that is what her thing was. Like that's how she knew how to sleep. So we want to change that. You do not want your baby to use any type of sleep prop to go to sleep, like whether that be nursing them, bottle feeding them, rocking them. You want to eliminate that, because you want them to fall asleep on their own, and they are so capable of that. That is what you have to like tell yourself. It's going to be hard, because with anything new that you try to introduce your baby, they are going to cry, because that is their way of communicating with you. So they're gonna of course cry, because they're like, hey, what's happening? Like they're so used to doing something, and then you're totally changing it to them. It's gonna take them a while to get used to it, but trust me, you guys, it gets so much better. Sleep training is hard, but you just got to stick to it, and it really, really, really does get better. So that is what we were going to eliminate, the nursing to sleep. That was her sleep prop. That's the only thing that she had. So you also have to have like a bedtime routine. So I'll let you know what our bedtime routine, when we always have this bedtime routine, but again, we had that sleep prop without knowing. So that's why we started like sleep training. So her bedtime routine is this one. So we always do a bath, and now that it's winter, we do a bath every other day, just because I don't want her skin to get dry. So we do a bath, then we come to her room, and then we put her on some jammies, we lotion her up, we change her diaper, put a diaper, all that jazz, comb her hair. Then I feed her, and then while I'm feeding her, I make sure that she stays awake, because you don't want them to fall asleep. Again, sleep prop. So what I do is I sing to her, and that usually keeps her up. If she's not, like, if she's a little bit tired, then I poke her, and then she like wakes up, and just like talk to her and make sure she does not fall asleep. Once she's done eating, I burp her, and then we read books. So depending on like her mood, like if I see that she's tired, we only get through like one book, but if she's not too tired, we do maximum 3 books at night. Once we're done with story time, I like cuddle her and just like, okay, it's time to sleep, and then we put her to bed. So that is what we do every night. So let's get into night 1. Night 1. So we did the whole routine. While I was feeding her, she was like looking at me kind of weird, like, hey, why do you keep poking me? Why do you keep singing to me like I'm trying to fall asleep? And she did not make it through not even like half the book, because she was like so tired and like so confused. So that's okay. Like if they, especially once you're first starting sleep training, if you don't get like through a certain step in your routine, that's fine. Like you just kind of have to go with it. So then we only got through half the book. Well, okay, it's time to sleep. Did my cuddles. I put her down awake in the crib. Like she's never done this before. She was like looking at me like, what is going on? She did not like it. and she started to cry. So I put my chair right by her crib, and while she was crying, you can either like have certain things to do. So what I chose to do is that I had like my key phrases to her. So I would be like, okay, it's okay, mommy's here, it's time for nanai, it's time for you to close your eyes, it's okay, I know you're tired, just close your eyes. Like I would repeat my key phrases every so often for her. And I would also do gentle touch. So like I would pat her little belly, and I would be careful with that. Like I wouldn't do it like all the time, because then you don't want that to be the new sleep problem, that you patting them to sleep. So like I would pat her little tummy for like at most like 30 seconds, and then I would stop and then do the key phrases. So I could only handle that first night 10 minutes of her crying, because you know, this was new to me. Like I never had my baby cry for that long. So this was a great thing that Michael was here to help me, because then I could like tag team him. So like I tagged him in. I'm like, you gotta go and sit with her and do the same thing, key phrases and gentle touch, because I just can't. So I left, and it took her 30 minutes total, because with him it was 20 minutes that he stayed there with her, and then she finally fell asleep. Not gonna lie, when she fell asleep, I was so anxious that whole night, because I was like, oh my gosh, please don't wake up, because like I don't know. Like I knew what I had to do for the night wakings, but I didn't know if I had it in me, because with sleep training, you have to be consistent. You can't change anything while you're doing the whole program. Like if you are sticking to, I'm going to sit in the room, I'm just going to do key phrases, I'm just going to do gentle touch, I'm not going to pick her up, and you end up picking her up, it's just going to confuse your baby. So you have to be consistent. Like you have to like a game plan. Like, okay, I'm going to just do my key phrases, I'm just going to do a little bit of gentle touch, I'm not going to do any night feedings. And that's another thing, I took out night feedings because I knew she didn't need it, because I talked to my doctor, she's like, yeah, she's fine, like you do not need to night feed her, because she gets so much daytime calories. So that is what I did. So you could talk to your doctor to see if you need to stick with night feedings or cut them out, or you can also decide like, hey, if my baby wakes up from 12 to 3, I'm going to do a night feeding. That's completely up to you, but for me, no night feeding. So I was just so nervous, and then I have all here my little notes, because I wanted to make sure that I had so much information for you guys, just for you guys to know how our night 1 went. So first night, 30 minutes to go down, like I said. She woke up at 9:30. At 9:30, she woke up, Michael went up. So for us, again, I know this is like, I'm like jumping all over the place. So with night wakings, we decided that we would wait 10 minutes before we would go in to the room to sit down with her. So that's like another thing, like you can decide, like you can pick, I'm gonna go in after 2 minutes, I'm gonna go after 5 minutes, I'm gonna go after 7 minutes. It's just up to you. But if you see your baby they're crying and they start to self-soothe, they kind of like start to slow down and like kind of stop crying, and then they pick it up again. From that moment that they stop, you restart your clock. So like if they've been crying for 5 minutes and then they stop and they pick it up again, then you have to restart again. Like it's not like you have 5 more minutes to go in, you have to restart. Like, okay, if she doesn't stop crying, I have to wait 10 minutes. So that's what we did. We did 10 minutes because that's what Dana said. She's like, just if you can, wait 10 minutes, because 10 minutes is magic. Like it's like the sweet spot for babies. So at 9:30, she woke up. We waited 10 minutes. We did not have to go in, which I was like, what? This is crazy. I was like, she self-soothed, which I was like so proud at that moment. She woke up again at 2 a.m. and it took her 10 minutes to go down, so we did not have to go in. She just went to sleep by herself after 10 minutes. She woke up again at 4 o'clock in the morning. 10 minutes went by, she did not go down. So I told Michael to go in, because I wanted him to go in, because if I would go in, I knew she would smell my milk and she would want to nurse. So he went in, he sat down with her and the same thing, key phrases, gentle touch, and it took her 5 minutes to go to sleep. He came out, and then she woke up for the day at 6:30. So that was night 1. I was anxious, but we got through it. So night 2, it took her 7 minutes to go down, guys. I was shook, like so shook. I mean, night 1, it took 30 minutes for her to go down. Like I couldn't even stick out the whole time. But night 2, we did the whole like routine and everything, and it took her 7 minutes to get on. She was crying, but like again, I was in the room with her, sitting next to her crib, gentle touch, key phrases, but it took 7 minutes. Like that was such a big thing for me. Like I was able to stay like my shift in here because like we talked about with Mike, I'm only gonna do 10 minutes and then I'm gonna tap you in and you go in. But he didn't have to go, and I was like, yay, I was doing like a happy dance and everything, and it was like a great thing for Mia and me. So she took 7 minutes to go down, and she only had one night waking, night 2. She woke up at 1:30. It took her 15 minutes to go down, but like I said in the beginning, like she self-soothed, so then I redid the clock. So 15 minutes to go down, and then that's it. And then she woke up her regular time, 6 o'clock in the morning. Night 3, we switched it up a bit. Michael did the whole like bedtime routine after me feeding her. So that's what she recommends too, and I would recommend with you guys is that not only you, the mom, to do the whole bedtime routine, because you want somebody else to be able to put down your baby to sleep too. Like what if you're going on a trip or you're sick? You need somebody to do it too. So if you have a partner, this is like the great time to have them help you out with bedtime routine, which is also good because Michael wasn't really part of our bedtime routine because I would nurse her to sleep. This gave him a chance to be included in bedtime routine and have that special moment with Mia. After I nursed her, I burped her, and he comes in and then he read her the books, did his cuddle session with her, talked to her, and then laid her awake in the crib. Now, night 3, she did take 10 minutes to go down. That is just because Michael put her down, which is completely normal. Baby's gonna be like, hey, where's mom? But it only took her, 3 more minutes than it did night 2. She did wake up at 1, but then she woke up for 5 minutes and she did not cry. She was just like looking around her room and then fell right back asleep. I was like, yes. And then she woke up at 4:30. She did take 15 minutes to go down, but again, we did that whole like, she self-soothed, we waited, so it took 15 minutes, but she was fine, and then woke up at 6 o'clock. So basically it was going really good, but I wanted to talk to you guys about night 5. Because this is where I kind of felt defeated because it was going so well. Like I was so prepared for it to be so bad because, it depends on your baby. Every baby is different. And, for Mia, it took her 30 minutes to go down the first night. Some babies go 45 minutes. Some babies only go 10 minutes the first night. It just depends. So I was like really anxious to do this just because I'm like, I think she's not going to, respond well. Like it's going to take for her longer. So for everything going so well up until night 5, I was like, yay. And then night 5 came and I was like, what is going on? So just want to prepare you guys too. So night 5, night 6, babies are going to try you. They're going to be like, hey, I'm going to fight this and see if mom will give in and let me go back to my old ways of sleeping, which I did not know, which I was like, what is going on? But thankfully in the videos, like she explains that they will do this and it's completely normal because night 5, it took her 45 minutes to go down. Way longer than any, other nights that we did, which I was like, what is going on? And that really like affected me. I was like, am I doing something wrong? Like, what is going on? But she did not have any night wakings that night. So like when that happened, like I went back to like my videos and then I saw she was like, yes, like babies are just going to see like a last try to see if we can go back to our old ways. So the rest of the nights went really well. So since we did the stay in the room method, we did a couple nights right next to her crib. Then you have to move the chair to the middle of the room, and then you have to move the chair like closer to like the door, and then you eventually are not in the room anymore because you don't want to be a sleep prop again. Like you don't want your baby to be used to you being in the room to fall asleep, which I was kind of hesitant about at that point because I was like, ooh, like I'm kind of hesitant to leave the room because she did really well when I moved the chair from like the middle of the room to like next to the door. Like it was fine, like she didn't need it, but I was really nervous for when like I actually had to leave the room, and it was completely fine. Like she did the same thing, like fell right asleep like the other nights, from night 6 on, she did not cry at all. Like when I put her down, like she would just be kind of awake. She would like kind of shimmy herself into sleeping because she sleeps like this, right? So then like right when I put her down, like she goes into this position, and then like I noticed that she kind of like shimmies and then puts her head like this and then falls asleep, or she'll shimmy back this way and then fall asleep. That's what she does to put herself to sleep, which I think is so cute, and it takes her like 30 seconds. Or sometimes she falls asleep instantly and she's like really tired. Or sometimes she just stays awake in her bed, like playing around, just like singing a little bit, and then she falls asleep, which is so cute to see on the monitor. So she was really good when I left the room, because like she would do that when I was in the room, but she kept doing that when I left the room. So it was awesome. And if she does wake up in the night, she rarely does, but if she does, she wakes up, just looks around and falls right asleep. Like if she sometimes stays awake like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I know this because I have the Owlet little sock monitor, and it tells you like when they're in deep sleep, when they're in light sleep, when they are awake. So like that's how I know that she's awake, because she doesn't make a peep anymore. She just wakes up, looks around, like, okay, it is not time to wake up, I'm going back to sleep, which is great. So my baby is sleep trained, yo, and it's amazing, you guys. It's like a whole new world. Like I said before, she was always a good sleeper, so just getting our sleep back is just so much better. I see such a difference with Mia. Like she's not cranky anymore. She is just like wakes up so happy. Like when I come and get her in the morning, she's just like, yay, it's morning, mom is here, like it's time to wake up. It's just like a special thing. And we have not done nap training. I know SleepSense says to nap train at the same time, but I just didn't want to do that, so we're not nap training. She is a cat napper. Her naps aren't really like a big thing for me. Like what we're doing for her works for us right now, so we're doing that. But if it comes time where like naps aren't working, then we'll probably do nap training. But for now, we're doing the same thing, and she is just sleep trained. And then me, I can just be like the best mom that I can be with her, because I'm energized. I can be active with her when she wakes up. We're like both on our A game. We're ready to go for the day, which is amazing. So I highly recommend sleep training, you guys. It's hard, but it's so worth it. Like the biggest thing that you can do for your baby is give them the ability to sleep. Like they are so capable, like they are so smart. So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you guys aren't a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe on your way out. That way you won't miss out on any new videos. And if you guys have any other questions about sleep training, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. I know a lot of you guys are curious about sleep training. I have talked about it on my Instagram. I have a whole highlight saved of like how everything went. So if you want any more information, definitely check that out. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!